So step 5, we're going to turn her over now, and we're going to work on the bottom because we got top and the 2 rows. Now, the first thing we want to look at is where are these corners and where do they need to go? So I'm going to I see these 2 green ones that are right next to each other. I just look for 2 that have the same color next to each other, and I turn those so that whatever color that is, it happens to be green, that are next to each other. They could be on the side, like here I see 2 blues next to each other on the side. Here I see 2 reds, which, you know, they're not next to each other in terms of their rotation, but they're next to each other in terms of just this corner's got a red and this corner's got a red. So I could use that, and I put it to the red side. Okay. So when I put that to the red side, I noticed that the green and the blue are on opposite sides, and the blue, on the opposite side, these 2 need to be swapped. So these 2 need to be swapped, and these 2 need to be swapped. I could try something else, but pretty much no matter which way I turn it, it's gonna look like these 2 need to be swapped and these 2 need to be swapped. You know, if I match up the orange, it still looks like these 2 need to be swapped and these 2 need to be swapped. So anyway, take any 2 that need to be swapped. And sometimes you'll have 1 pair that needs to be swapped, sometimes you'll have 2 pairs that need to be swapped. So take any 2 that need to be swapped and have them on the left, and then we're going to work with the right. So we want these 2 to be swapped, so we want those on the left. We're going to work with the right, and we're going to do, this is actually the same thing we just did to park the side piece in. So it's the same sequence as step 4. We're doing it on the bottom, we're doing it, you know, with the thing flipped over, but it's exactly the same thing. So we're going to work with the right, so we're going to take this, we're going to move this back, we're going to bring this down, we're going to continue and move it back again. Wait, what did I just do? Oh yeah. Move it back again, go over to the opposite side, move it, and then park it where it goes. Okay, so we actually took that just out, but to put it back in, we're going to do the same thing in the opposite direction. So we actually didn't need to go down and back up, we can just stay here, but essentially that completes the first sequence that's identical to step 2 or step 4. And so back up, and then we're going to do this step 4 again in the opposite direction. Back down. Continue. The same direction, the opposite side up, and then pull it back to where it needs to go. And this back down. So there we go. We swapped the red corners into their correct places. So red, green, yellow goes there, blue, red, yellow goes there, and now we need to swap these 2. So those are going to be on the left, and then I'm going to do this thing again, kind of like up, you know, working with the right side, up, back, down, bring it forward. Why am I confusing myself? Down, back up, back, down, back, opposite side up, and park it. This is optional, but that completes the step 4 move. And then we're going to do it again the opposite way. There we go. And just rotate it again to match them up with where they go, and they're all matched up where they go. The rotations are off, but that's the end of that step 5.